Hey fam, Pastor Don here. Welcome to Get Up Right Morning Drive Devotional. In my quiet time today, I had a minute to read the paper, but via the internet, of course, just a little bit of it. And I read that Tesla has a recall out on all of its cars. Tesla has a recall on their vehicles, the ones that do the auto drive or whatever. That's not one. That's my segue. So as I'm thinking, well, that affects some people in my family that I know that own them. So I'm like, okay. But God, then the Spirit started talking to me. And it started ministering to me about the word recall. So y'all please tag somebody or share this with somebody. Recall. Whenever there is a recall on a vehicle, on a part, on something that warrants a recall. No deep stuff. It is the owner's responsibility to contact the dealership if it's a vehicle. Let's stay with the vehicle. The dealership, and they will arrange for you to send it back to the actual dealer that if you bought it used and you didn't buy it from a Chevy, but you didn't buy it from Tesla, but you bought it from somewhere else, whatever. Some way, somehow, my point is it's going to get back to the manufacturer or an approved mechanic shop that's been approved by the manufacturer to replace this part or parts that's been recalled. And it's your responsibility to let them know, okay, I've got the notice that the part has been recalled and I want to make necessary arrangements to have it installed. They give you an appointment, blah, 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 blah. And depending on how long it takes to have said part put into your vehicle, there are sometimes that they will give you a loaner card, loaner vehicle, for the time in which your vehicle's down, especially if you push the issue. It's not your fault that a recall has been made on the vehicle and for the inconvenience. So now, vehicles in the shop, you got a loaner vehicle, and none of which I've mentioned to you is going to cost you a dime. All expenses are covered by the manufacturer. All of them. All of the expenses are covered by the manufacturer. So now, God is dealing with me. And he tells me, he says, I too have pronounced a future recall. And that future recall will be found in John's gospel, where it says, let not your heart be troubled. Ye believe in God, believe also in me. For in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I wouldn't have told you. I'm going away to prepare a place for you. And where I am, there ye may be also. I'm going to recall you. There's going to be a recall. And y'all, I'm telling you something. After having turned 57 years old, the last 7 to 8 years of my life I spend quite a bit of time thinking about leaving in the sense of whenever God calls me. You know, just the thought of death, because we've dealt with so much of it lately as pastors and as family members and leaders. You just see so many funerals, so many deaths, so many, you know, just so much. And you think about that stuff, be like, you know what? I got to make sure my business is straight. One day I went through all of the policies. I found all the policies in, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. And I put all the policies in the front of the file cabinet. The life insurance policies on myself and all my children and my wife, I put them in the front. No, I ain't tripping because they're not in alphabetical order. I put them in the front. I then took a folder, because I'm the one who's responsible for ensuring all the bills get paid. I don't make all the money, but I pay all the bills. So I made sure that that folder, y'all stay here, is accessible to the wife and or my children if you know, they need to assist mommy and making sure the bills, all the account numbers, y'all got to stay here. All of the account numbers and all the due dates and the phone numbers and the addresses. I made sure that she can walk right in the office and look on my desk and see them. Yes, sir. I'm not saying I'm trying to go nowhere no time soon. Sure enough, I ain't thinking suicide and none of that kind of foolishness. But I need you to understand something. I'm making ready for the recall. And now that I'm doing it in the humanistic state, I'm doing it in a way of being a husband, being a father, being a provider. I'm making sure all that stuff is, but I'm also I'm making sure for the day of the recall that my business is fixed with the Lord. Got a lot of stuff, man, that I just need to ensure that God, I don't fall prey to reciprocating the things that have been done to me. God, I don't render evil for evil. I remember, God, I got to remember that vengeance is mine, said the Lord. I gotta remember. I gotta remember, and I know y'all probably about tired of me saying it, but I gotta remember. And I say it because I need to say it. I communicate it because I need to communicate it. I let it come out of my mouth because I needed to come out of my mouth and get in my spirit, man. That if I would but yet hold my peace, the Lord will fight my battles. Now let me tell y'all something. Y'all please hear my heart. I ain't just get like this because I'm where I am. Y'all better hear me. I've been this way all my life. I've been a church boy all my life, but I ain't been real churchy all my life. Come on back here. I've not always been right. I've not always been wrong. Yeah. I've not always been up and I've not always been down, but I will tell you this. I got to make sure that when the recall is pronounced, that he has promised me will in fact be mine. Now, you churchy people have issues, because if we ever start talking in a manner that it sounds like we're talking to you, then you get offended, and then we have an issue. Because so I'm gonna talk about me. That when he comes, I will be ready. I will hear those words. I will be a recipient of all the promises that God has provided and promised me. But now I don't want to have to wait till the recall to get them. I want God to continuously stir up the gift. Come on, y'all should stay with me. I know I'm longer than I normally am. I need God to stir up the gift that's in me. Y'all, we oh my God, I heard that. We've come too far to turn around now. Be encouraged. Stay encouraged. Encourage somebody else. Because the recall is soon to come. Peace.